Alors vous avez entendu au cours de ces différentes interventions que le surf peut apporter beaucoup de bénéfices à des personnes qui ont des problèmes de santé. Et on pourrait se demander pourquoi alors ne pas faire rembourser ces séances de surf, ces stages encadrés médicalement par l'assurance maladie. C'est précisément ce qu'ont réussi à faire des Anglais, du Wave Project, qui vont nous expliquer comment la NHS, qui est l'équivalent de l'assurance maladie en France, a financé 2 projets pilotes liés au surf. Ils ont renouvelé l'expérience récemment. Ils ont évalué l'efficacité de ces programmes, et c'est ça qui est intéressant, et c'est ça qu'il faudra qu'on fasse aussi en France, c'est évaluer l'efficacité de ces programmes. Nous accueillons Joe Taylor du Wave Project et Wendy Thomas, psychologue. On peut les applaudir.
Merci. Bonsoir. Firstly, accept my apologies that I'm going to have to speak to you in English. Don't have any excuses other than I just didn't listen very well in school, I don't think. And secondly, thanks very much for inviting us here today. We feel very privileged to be able to come all the way over and down to BIARRITZ to speak with you today about the Wave Project. It's a project that we feel really passionately about, and so really looking forward to sharing that with you today and hearing about all the work that you've been doing here as well. We have the slides in French, which, excuse me if I use the piece of paper to try and follow my way through it. Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you. Just to introduce ourselves, which really I may have already done, my name's Wendy Thomas, and I work as an educational psychologist for the Education Authority in Cornwall in England. And this is Joe Taylor. He's the Chief Executive of the Wave Project. 3 years ago, it was his brain that put the project together, and he's worked incredibly hard since then, day and night and every weekend, trying to get it to where it is now. If you go on the mission. No, go back to the mission. Yeah. Just that one. That first one, thank you. So the aims of the Wave Project, well, I'll give you a little bit about the background first. It's a project that, as I said, started 3 years ago. It started in Cornwall, which for those of you who don't know, that's the bottom kind of, where we're facing, left-hand tip, where anywhere in Cornwall, you're only half an hour from the beach. It was a pilot project 3 years ago that was funded by our National Health Service. And it was a project to see whether surfing had a positive impact on children who had mental health difficulties, children and young people. So the aims of the project have kind of evolved over time, but they exist to provide young people with the opportunity to overcome major life challenges through surfing. And the aim of the project is to give them the skills, the confidence, the self-esteem that they need to achieve their goals and build up their resilience. And I think a key part of the project is recognising that all of those young people that partake in the project are unique, they are different, and they each respond to those challenges differently. But I think we've found over time that with a bit of help and support, each and every one of them have been able to achieve. So we've got a bit of a clip to show you, which gives you a bit of a flavour of what the project's about. Yeah. And this clip is taken from, it was a surf competition that's been put together specifically for children and young people who have autism, and it's the first one in England.
Well, this is the Surf Challenge for Autism 2013. It's the only event of its type in the UK. We've got loads of things going on. We've got TV stars here, we've got pro surfers here, We've got loads of volunteers, we've got a contingent from the Royal Navy who've come down to help out today, and it's going to be a fantastic day, really looking forward to it.
The Wave Project is a charity initiative whereby we are teaching autistic children surfing and introducing them to the sport. Autism is something that I'm particularly interested in because I believe that there's so much talent hidden behind autism, and actually if we start getting involved in accessing it, then we can find some of the future specialist talents of the planet.
Yeah, the conditions are great. We couldn't have asked for much more, really. We've got lovely sunshine and light winds and sort of about 2-3 foot surf, so it's not too big and not too small. It's pretty much perfect conditions.
Yeah, good to meet Hannah, professional surfer, brilliant.
3 years ago we were in England for the first time and we introduced surfing to the boys, and especially Thomas. It completely changed his life. He got very much low self-esteem then, and now it's gone up and he's very happy with being in the water and being able to stand up on his board, and it gives him some sort of power, I don't know, that will continue throughout the year.
So the Royal Navy's brought down 15 personnel from a Royal Naval Air Station, Coldrose, and we've come down today to really help out and volunteer.
So this has been a brilliant weekend. We've had an absolutely fantastic couple of days, and what we're really hoping to do next year is make this event bigger, better, have more disability categories. We're really hoping to have an autism category, a learning disabilities category, possibly some other physical disability categories, and maybe some sensory disability categories, and have a huge range of different types of people with disabilities surfing, showing what they can do, and making this a really Paralympic surfing event for the UK.
So that was one aspect of the project's work over the last year, putting on a surf competition specifically for children and young people with autism. However, there's been lots of other work that's kind of evolved over the last 3 years, including the project raising over £350,000 for surf therapy projects through a whole range of different funding streams. A lot of the funding comes from our national lottery, comes from the Children in Need, and we have a trust called the Tudor Trust who also fund the project. And we've managed to secure funding for the next 3 years to continue running therapy courses, surf therapy courses for children and young people with a whole range of additional needs. Over the last 3 years, we've delivered surfing courses for over 300 people with disabilities and mental health problems, recruited and trained over 200 volunteers both in Cornwall and now starting to move out into other areas of England. Established, as we saw there in the clip, the UK's first ever surf competition for people with learning disabilities and autism. And I think this is something that we also feel really proud of, is that we've managed to establish the first surf club for children with additional needs, which now has over 70 members and is ever growing. So the aims of the Wave Project, as we talked about just at the beginning there, to help clients improve their confidence and self-esteem. So they're very much those within factors to try and build up their resilience, but also to enable clients to improve their well-being by making new friends, making links, being able to be within a group. Some of the children that we work with experience a lot of isolation in school, outside school, and this gives them the opportunity to be within a group and to feel that connectedness with other people. And also from a physiological point of view, lots of the clients that we work with have sensory integration difficulties, and by immersing them in the experience that they have in the sea, we found that helps them to overcome those sensory barriers, and it helps them really to calm and to, as many parents have said, sleep well at night at the end of a session. So the types of projects that we deliver, we have short surf courses, so teaching courses, running for 6 weeks. And they take referrals from a wide range of professionals who are working with children with a wide range of needs. And we'll come on to that a little bit more in a minute. There's now a weekly surf club for children to encourage friendship, empathy, and getting on with each other. We've run specific courses with schools in Cornwall, specifically focused on building educational outcomes and helping them to transfer some of the skills that they're learning within those courses back into school. And also been funded by the National Health Service to provide courses for children with poor general health and who have issues with obesity and being overweight. And that's through the SHINE project, which is just being evaluated currently. So the short courses that we run, we're just going to focus in a little bit more on. They are for young people, as I said, with a wide range of additional needs. For example, I have referred children who have very significant needs on the autistic spectrum. I've referred children who've got very significant medical needs around epilepsy, but also I've referred children who have had really difficult early life experiences, children that have been adopted and are continuing to find life, getting on with other people, making attachments difficult, and that's having an impact on their mental health. So it's a wide range of need that we support, and we take referrals from a wide range of professionals working with those families. The clients work in small groups of mixed ages. Clients work in small groups of mixed ages, and they're between 8 and 21. The sessions are run once a week by professional surf schools. We have partner schools all across different areas of Cornwall. We've now got a partner school in Devon, and we've now got a partner school in Dorset as well, so we're being able to start branching out. And the sessions are supported by trained volunteers who give up their time on a Saturday and a Sunday to come and spend 2 hours with the project. And clients are very much allowed to work at their own pace, but encouraged to support each other. And we found that at the end of those 6 weeks, the volunteers have been able to provide not just practical support, but have really developed relationships with those young people. And the Surf Club, again, is something that we've become very proud of and has kind of ever growing, really. It offers a weekly session with a focus on personal and emotional development. Clients have been able to develop really good bonds with each other. They have social events, families come in and are involved. And the clients are now directly involved with the running of the club. And some of the members of the club have now got to an age at which they're able to become volunteers and start to play an active role in actually the setup and the running of the club, which I think is something that we're really pleased with. So just a short case study. This is about Arthur. Arthur, before he did, sorry? Oh, okay. Before he did the course, he was finding it difficult to interact with other people. He was uncomfortable with strangers, finding it difficult to make friends, and struggling in the classroom. He was finding it difficult to focus and pay attention. And the reports from staff were that he was struggling to make progress. They weren't seeing a huge amount of progress. If you click again, he'll come up. If you click again, he'll come up. So Arthur took part in a 6-week course. I'm not exactly sure where it was. At Fistral Beach in Newquay, which was on the slide earlier. He took part in a 6-week course, and looking at the post-evaluations after the course, it was found a noticeable improvement in his behaviour and work, both at home and at school. He was actually starting to make progress at school, starting to be able to join in with music and PE lessons, and able to go outside during break time and play with other children, which is something that he'd really struggled with previously. Now, I don't think, I think he still struggles with certain things, but I think it was a noticeable improvement after the course. So in terms of evaluating the project, the information that we've got up here is from an evaluation from 2012. The evaluation was put together with support from a clinical psychologist who put the initial evaluation together, and that involved pre- and post inventories relating to specific indicators. And it also included reports from parents of clients and reports from the referrers, those professionals that were originally involved with them. And you can see the information up there. Currently, we're focusing on a 3-year evaluation project, and that's been revised this year and is about to evaluate the courses that are running currently as we speak, literally this morning. And that's with support from a health psychologist who's embedding the Sterling Wellbeing Scale into the evaluation. So in 3 years' time, we're going to have 300 participants involved in that 3-year evaluation project. And we've just included some qualitative information, really, just some feedback from both clients, parents, and members of staff who've referred the children originally, which I'll let you read. And I'm going to hand over to Joe to talk about the future and where the project is going next. On the way here, on our travel here, we were churning over lots of different ideas, and it amazes me how many ideas Joe has, and he's been amazing at moving it forward. So I'm going to pass over to Joe to talk about that.
Hello. So this is our last slide. In the future, we're hoping to, we've actually just started a new course funded by our National Health Service in the UK, which is focused on mental health. So it's children and young people who have things like depression, anxiety disorders, or they have difficult family backgrounds, they have social problems rather than specific health problems. And that's just ongoing at the moment. We're hoping to do more projects like that. Next year we're hoping to do a project in London working with young people in an inner city environment. We're working on a partnership project across the EU with Romania, Italy, Portugal and Turkey, which is evaluating the health benefits of surfing and also other outdoor activities around the sea. So that's quite interesting. And we're hoping to do, as Wendy said, a bit more evaluation of our existing projects and report on that in 2 to 3 years' time. Okay, so thank you very much.